Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is Khaosity here, back again for a brand new video here on the channel. Okay, now I've been gone for a minute, but that's mainly because I have a job and I'm in school. But we got us another leak by Zippo, the man himself. Okay, this guy is proving himself to be quite the leaker. All right, but enough about this. We're gonna go ahead and get straight into it. Now, here's his article. All links or all sources will be linked in the description, so if you want to check it out, look in the description. But here we go. Yes, there were Sonic Adventure remakes. Just before we start, there's more articles to come, as I promised. This one just needs to be out there as soon as possible for reasons that I'll explain in a second. Note, and this is the clincher. This is what got my attention. This is what grabbed me. None of this that follows is speculation. All information is nothing but the truth. So all this is real, okay? The information that's been given to me was given to me by multiple people, and I mean multiple people with connections to Sega. Seems like a lot of people knew about this and were quiet until very recently. This is how it's been framed to me, okay? Makes sense? Okay, so seems like some YouTubers, English and non-English speaking, found out about this, so probably Gamer Guide, because he has insiders. So before this story gets spun out into something as it isn't, I'm gonna drop a bombshell here. Sega was developing Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 remakes meant for a 2015 release for the PS4, Xbox One, and the Wii U. Ugh, the Wii U. That's disgusting. Additionally, these were full remakes with rearranged music, a la the Grand Saint Trilogy wasn't a thing, but they were unfortunately canceled. There's even evidence out in public that shows that this did in fact exist. And I looked at this picture when I first looked at this article, and it blew up in my head because I've seen this picture before back in the day. It's kind of fuzzy in my head, but I definitely remember seeing this picture distinctively, the Sonic logo in 2014 and this Sonic down here. I remember it talking about the Boom series because I watched that a lot. I remember that mostly. But I do remember it saying like Lost World. I don't remember Olympic Games because I don't play that. And this is what got me. New 2015 title to be announced. So there was going to be another Sonic game that year in 2015, which was crazy. But if we keep reading, he says, remember this? Jazzwares leaked out the existence of the games by pure accident. Sometime in 2013, Sega decided that it was time to go back to the adventure era or the adventure formula. So instead of going to Sonic Team, they went to another one of their internal studios, that being Studio Shanghai, which is weird because we thought there was no Sega of China, but apparently there is. So I'm sure you're asking, and yes, there is. They've actually been an incredibly helpful studio to Sega as a whole. So it basically goes on to say that they did the ports for Adventure 1 and 2 with them purple borders on Steam. Ugh. They did the Dreamcast collection. They worked on Generations, Lost World, and Forces extensively. Forces even got a release in China with a bundle, which you can see right here. And that PS4 is sick though. Can I buy that? I want that. That's nice. Sega allowed this subsidiary to develop these remakes because of three things. They saw China as a potentially huge market that they could take advantage of. Sonic Team was not available and we're busy with Hedgehog Engine 2. This again. Working on Sonic Runners, which was the best mobile game ever. I miss it. And starting what would eventually become Sonic Forces, that craptastic game. Sega never had any intentions of making Sega, let me read, okay? I can speak. Sega never had any intentions of making 8th generation's consoles owners wait 4 years for a new Sonic game. They already had planned it. It was already in their arsenal. As I heard it, they originally started just as a remake of Adventure 1, and this is where it gets interesting too, because this dates back to that other leak that I uncovered like 5 months ago in October. As I heard it, they originally started just as Adventure 1, okay, with generation-like visuals, which would make sense as a remake, but Sega was so impressed with their work that they greenlit Sonic Adventure 2, its sequel, or Adventure 1 sequel. Story-wise, it was going to be the modern voice casters and writers. Ugh. So take that for what you will, yeah. But basically, what happened is things seemed to be going well, and by all accounts, things were going well until boom, Rise of Lyric hit the scene and bombed critically and commercially. Sega also went through a harsh cost-cutting restructuring? I can't read. In early 2015, where many people were laid off. I heard that they were canceled for 2 reasons. Post on Rise of Lyric, Sega got cold feet about giving Sonic out to the other developers, despite it being their own fault that Rise of Lyric was even a disaster. It wasn't Big Red Button's. Okay, Big Red Button was developing on Sega's terms. He says he personally sees it as a corporate finger pointing. Yeah, that makes sense. Sega was super cost conscious at the time of restructuring. Here were concerns that these remakes were going over budget and that they wouldn't be able to make the money back. Sonic Boom's failure scared the absolute crap out of them. I personally think it was an absurd fear in the first place. We're talking about Sega here. Yep. Sega. One other thing I heard is that Sonic Adventure's music experience concerts were created in the first place to market and promote these remakes, which totally makes sense because even when these initially came out, I'm gonna go look at this link real quick. Alright. If you look at this and what this is, Sonic Adventure music experience plus bonus tracks, this makes total sense of being like a remade soundtrack, because like that's literally what it looks like. It has a whole bunch of different remixes, and I even thought this when it initially came out too, like this would make sense for a remake, so why isn't there a remake? Needless to say, if these things have actually released, they could have changed everything. We'd be in a much different place right now, but unfortunately with the failure of Sonic Boom, or the failure of Boom and Sega's financial woes at the time, the timing just couldn't have been worse. Maybe one day they'll see the light of day. I highly doubt it. That's all I can say for now. Hope I can relay that information as best as I could. As always, thank you for reading, wear a mask, blah, 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 blah. So basically, what it sounds like to me, now that I really think about it, is that Sega has somehow yet again fumbled the ball. Sega somehow dropped the ball yet again and screwed us out of something that could have been great. This could have been big. Sonic Adventure Remakes in 2015 could have set the standard. They could have been a trendsetter. All these remakes, Spyro, Tony Hawk, Crash, like if Sega had done this in 2015, they would have been ahead of the game. They would have been ahead of the game. And the only reason we didn't get them is because Rise of Lyric flopped? Rise of Lyric is supposed to be a spin-off, so if it flops, it shouldn't really matter in a sense, right? Like, they really thought because Rise of Lyric, some spin-off, new age spin-off game, failed and bombed critically, they cut the Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 remakes, but Rise of Lyric comes out, right? You're sitting there, and you gotta pick between the two of which to cut, and they cut Adventure 1 and 2 remakes for Rise of Lyric. And when it flopped, because it did terribly, when Rise of Lyric flopped, like in, of course, Sega in their own fashion, trying to find someone to pin the blame on. Big Red Button was making the game on Sega's terms, so it's Sega's own fault for that. And obviously, like I said, Sega trying to use Big Red Button as a cop-out. And then another thing with the Adventure remakes is apparently they were gonna give us the newer cast of like Roger Craig Smith and Graf and Pontac and Graf as writers. No, hell no. Why would no? Get Drummond in there. All right, I don't care how you get him. You better get him in there, and he better do it well if you do Adventure remakes. All right. It really seems like Sega has a problem with trying to grab for stuff and like splitting their team. So you worked on Adventure 1 remake, it was looking real good, and you decided to split the team to work on Adventure 2. It's like the Secret Rings in 06 thing. when you was working on 06, you decided to split the team and make Secret Rings, and then because Secret Rings was kind of bad, okay, I'm not gonna lie, Black Knight fixed everything about Secret Rings. That's why Black Knight is superior. But you split the team for Secret Rings. That did okay, I guess. And then 06 did terribly because the game wasn't polished. So the main question that some people might be asking is, will we still get these Adventure remakes? And I'm gonna go ahead and put the seal of Khaosity stamp of approval right now, certified. I will stick by this for years to come. We will never get Sonic Adventure Remakes. They are dead. The fact that they already tried to do it and they failed miserably, they probably already shelved the idea years ago. Years ago, they probably shelved the idea and haven't touched it since. I don't think we're gonna get Adventure Remakes ever, even in this remake age, and it would probably do Sega real good to make some remakes of some classic multi-plat games. I don't think they're gonna do it because they already messed up one time. We'll probably still get adventure style games, okay, since I will point this out, Zippo's leaks have been pretty accurate, so we may still be going back to adventure style games. But in terms of an actual adventure remake, like Adventure 1 and 2 remake period, I don't think it's happening. If Sega messes up the 30th anniversary in any capacity, I mean, if their game is not top notch, it's gonna be looking real bad for them. Alright, but anyway, that's all I gotta say. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, drop a like, and if you're new, consider subscribing to the channel. I will be uploading a lot more now that I have a little bit more free time. So yeah, man, get subscribed, drop a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.